The Simpsons, Season 36, Episode 2, titled The Yellow Lotus. Of course, this is a parody of the HBO show The White Lotus. And sadly enough, with this episode, as much as it's a parody and it does hit the spirit of the White Lotus show, like it starts with a murder and you're trying to figure out who's the murderer and or who's going to at least get killed and all that. And in reality, what's in this episode, I'm like, nothing really happens. Like, the conflict is, like, kind of meh about it. Like, it's all surrounding Sideshow Bob, but you're watching it, I'm like, okay, basically, the Simpsons arrived on this island, this hotel island, that they can't afford. The way they've been saving up is through a money scheme, and they're only allowed to be on the island and be in the room for, like, 20 minutes. But and after that 20 minutes they had to leave. But they're like, we're here. We need to do something. So what they decided to do is sneak into a hotel room that's owned, or at least a hotel room that's owned by a rich couple, and it's one of those rich couple who's like, I need two rooms, one for ourselves and another one for our bags. And they decided, like, hey, let's sneak onto the ones for the bags. But apparently, the husband of this couple turns out to be Sideshow Bob. And of course, naturally, they're like, oh my god, it's Sideshow Bob. And they're like, they're screaming at me. And the interesting thing about Sideshow Bob in this is that he is kind of over the whole trying to kill Bart thing. He just wants to live a normal life. But of course, everyone's like, you're still Sideshow Bob. Something's up. Something sneaky is happening. And what happens is there's a deal where if the Simpsons don't mention about the whole murder thing to his wife, they can stay in the hotel room. And that's kind of the only conflict. The rest of it is just, okay, they're doing... The family, our core characters are doing hotel stuff. They're in a high-level pool, and you got, Bart and Lisa doing Marco Polo, and then Homer does the cannonball thing. I mean, sure, there's the joke about rich kids. About, like, hey, these kids are very snotty, they do everything, they don't do anything themselves, they don't even cut it in stuff for themselves. They don't cut it in, like, at all at themselves. So the joke about them being, rich kids, it's just, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. And then Lisa's having a little bit of fun with the whole, like, her being vegan. She's vegan, right? Not vegetarian anymore, but she's vegan. And telling the staff, this is not what this, you call that blah. I'm like, okay. That's kind of funny. Like, this is the fun of being a witch kid. But the conflict, I'm like, okay, they get caught, they sneak around, you do a take on the meme of Homer going into the hedges, and then that's it. There's not much conflict. Nothing much happens in these 20 minutes. And when the murder happens, it just happens. It just feels like, oh yeah, we need to, we have a murder to do. We need to kill a character off. How are we gonna do it? Here's this side character, and we'll just have him getting killed by a super high druggy beaver or possum, whatever, that's high on drugs. And then it's credits. And I just go, oh, guys, no. Let's get some conflict here. Let's actually get something. Let's go somewhere with this. But, if the plan is just make a White Lotus parody, well, they did it. But they could go better. They could go forward with it. They could make it funnier or clever more with the writing of the White Lotus aspect of things. It's just, kind of disappointed with because the last episode was pretty good. It was a decent, really well done episode. Well, this one felt very just nothing much happening. Nothing much happens. So anyway, that's my thoughts on episode 2. Comment below, let me know your